There is no sound louder than the silence of a dying love. It's not a dramatic crash or a sudden scream. It's a slow, agonizing fade. If you're here, watching this, chances are you already know the truth in your gut, but your heart is still frantically searching for the lie. Today, I want to tell you the story of Ben, who had to face the unthinkable. The woman he built his entire life with simply didn't love him anymore. And more importantly, I want to share the agonizing, necessary steps he took after the words were finally spoken. Ben and Clara were married for 15 years. They were comfortable, predictable. They had perfected the art of the perfect routine. But somewhere around year 12, a subtle, cold shift began. It started small. She stopped leaning on him during movies. Her answers to, "How was your day?" became shorter, logistical, never emotional. The touch, once a constant current between them, became a hesitant formality. He felt like he was constantly chasing a ghost in his own house. Ben tried to fix it. He bought the flowers, planned the anniversary trip, suggested therapy. He filled the silence with activity, hoping if he just did enough, the warmth would flood back in. But every gesture was met with the same polite, distant resistance. It was like trying to relight a fire with damp wood. And the resistance, he realized, wasn't anger, it was far worse. It was indifference. The moment of absolute clarity came on their anniversary trip to the coast. He had planned everything perfectly: the private dinner, the beachfront walk. He watched her across the table, beautiful and composed, but completely empty. When he reached across to hold her hand, she squeezed his hand back, smiled, and instantly pulled away to check her phone. It was a reflex. She wasn't avoiding him out of malice. She was avoiding him because he was no longer her priority. He saw the truth in that simple, detached movement. She wasn't fighting for this because for her, the fight was already over. That night, back in the quiet hotel room, Ben knew he couldn't live another day with the haunting question. He sat on the edge of the bed and spoke the hardest words of his life. "Clara," he started, his voice thick, "I need you to tell me the truth. Do you still love me?" She didn't cry, she didn't shout. She just looked at him with a deep, crushing weariness. She was tired of the performance. "I love the life we built, Ben," she said quietly. "I love the security. I love that you're a good man. But I don't think I'm in love with you anymore. That part of me is gone." The honesty was a wrecking ball. The worst part wasn't the words, it was the sheer relief in her voice. She had finally confessed the secret they both had been hiding. Ben felt the foundation of his world crumble, but he finally understood the true weight of the question. What do you do when the person you committed your life to admits you are no longer the one? Ben's first instinct, like many men, was to beg, to list their history, to promise to change, to demand a reason. But he stopped. He realized that begging would only confirm her decision. It would show her he valued her love more than his own dignity. Instead, he asked the ultimate, necessary question: "Why didn't you leave?" Her answer was the key to his recovery. "I was scared," she admitted. "I was comfortable. I didn't want to hurt you, and I didn't want to start over." In that moment, Ben realized his problem wasn't his wife. His problem was his own self-reliance. He had spent years defining his value by his role as her husband. Now that role was terminated. So, Ben chose the path of true recovery. He chose the what to do. The first step was radical redefinition. He stopped seeing himself as Clara's husband and started seeing himself as Ben, an independent man whose mission was now his own well-being. He didn't focus on her loss, he focused on his rebuilding. The second step was the silent separation. He didn't move out immediately, but he created emotional and physical distance. He started spending his evenings focused on his forgotten hobbies: woodworking, reading, running. He replaced the energy he used chasing her affection with energy spent building his own fortress of self-respect. He became indifferent to her indifference. The third, most difficult step was gratitude for the truth. He realized that her painful honesty, while devastating, was a gift. It was a liberation from years of silent misery. She had given him back his life, and he had to use that freedom to create something better. Ben's journey wasn't quick. They eventually divorced quietly. But the ultimate victory came 6 months later, not in a new relationship, but in a small moment. He was working in his garage, engrossed in a project, genuinely happy and humming to himself. Clara walked in, needing to pick up a box. She paused, watching him, and for the first time, she saw a man who was whole, vibrant, and completely unconcerned with her presence. He had taken her betrayal, her lack of love, and used it to sculpt a better, stronger version of himself. That is what you do when your wife doesn't love you anymore. You take your focus off her condition and put it ruthlessly back onto your own reconstruction. You mourn the past, but you commit fiercely to the future you build alone. You choose your peace over chasing her ghost. If you are listening to this and you feel that cold silence, know this. Your value is not defined by her love. Your recovery is defined by your courage to choose yourself. If this story resonated with you, hit the like button and tell me in the comments, what is the first piece of your own life you are going to reclaim today? Don't forget to subscribe.